my channel. If you're new, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. If you're already a subscriber, welcome back. Today I've got a beat here that I actually worked on. I've not finished it just yet. I just got a couple more tweaks, but I thought I'll show you what I would do to it. So how I started off, I'll break it down first of what I've got. So I've got that, right? So I started off like this. So I thought it was a solid foundation that I came up with just to start off with. I'll EQ it out first as well. So I thought that was a good start. And then from there, I think I went on to this bit here. Just a nice bass to go with it. A deep bass. I started off by going into the ES1. I went into the synth bass, went into a deep bass, and then when I chose it, I just changed it a little bit just by turning this cut off so it sounds a little bit more full. So just that. I put out fat effects on it. Just turned the output up. Didn't really change the input. I could just by maybe 1 or 2 in the input just to make it sound. You can put a little distortion if you want. So I've got that. And then after that, I think I added, I went into, I believe that is, I want to say the Scorch. Yeah. I went into Scorch. Just to layer the sound. And then after that, I think I added a piano. I've actually not EQ'd him out. My bad of me. Just that. Just the same thing. I just wanted to make some layers. And then from that, I think I started with the drums. So just with the kick, I always like to play the kick. I think it sounds a bit more loose when you play the kick. If you obviously pencil it in, I think it sounds quite generic. On that, I definitely would have put my compressor all the way up. And then I think it was a rim. So what I'm doing here is I'm EQing them and adding compression to them while we go along. This is what I definitely would have done after finishing the beat, because when you add the 808, certain frequencies clash and it just sounds quite muddy. With the hi-hats, I always pan that a little bit over. As you've seen on my other videos, I've always put my hi-hats to the right. You can put it a little bit to the left. I've always been told that look at a drums how you would look at a drum set. So you've normally got the kick right in the center. You've normally got the hi-hats to the left or to the right. You've got the snare to the right. Just look at a drum set. That's how I've always looked at it. Again, there's no rights and wrongs. I don't want to be saying that's right, but I've always tackled it that way. With the Moog bass, I just added that, but it's exactly the same as the deep bass. I just wanted to sound it more thicker. So those together, I think it sounds quite nice. I think that sounded quite nice. And then on here, what I've got is I've opened up, I think it was a Pluck. And all I've done on that is just, I've done, it sounded like some staccato beat, like a staccato sound, rather than it holding it all together. You can, it's a staccato just like that. I don't think that was the right notes, but you get my point on my drift of what I'm talking about. So on that, I'll quickly put the EQ, and then so with the sound, sounds quite nice. And then what I've done after that is, especially with that pluck and this sax, I think it sounds very nice together. So I've got this. Normally doing that sax because I think that sax sounded very nice. So I'm going to put a fat effects on it and just put a little bit of saturation on it, because I think that sax, yeah. And then after that, I think I added just a pizzicato. Pizzicato, I don't know if I'm saying that right. People are probably laughing at me. But I added this. And what I do with my pizzicato is I like to, you'll hear what it does. If I put it up an octave, alright, so that in context, right, and then on the end, I've added an 808. So, and I think that is almost a finished beat, but I wanted to add a couple touches to it. So what I'm actually going to do is, I believe I look at it in this area here, and this MIDI here, I'm going to just drop it down, press an option and just bringing it over, and I'm going to press bounce in place. And what that's going to do is going to make an audio replica of the MIDI. So then what I'll do over here, if you hover, I'll open it up so you can see what's happening. So if you go on, if you either press this and go to scissor tool, or if you press T, and then up will come all of these tools. So as you can see, probably but so I press the scissor tool and up will come this. If you hover over here and press the option, it will come up with a plus, and if you click it, it will copy equal amounts. So I've copied on there, so it's cut it here, it's cut it here, and it's cut it here. So then from that, I am going to delete this just by clicking on it and then holding shift, and on this one I'm going to click it and I'm going to delete those two. What I'm going to do is click these two, hover over to here. Oh, sorry. Hover over to that one, sorry. And then go down to the region and I'm going to reverse it. I'm going to put in a little bit of fade, maybe 28, 24, 26, 31. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. Just as long as you've faded it in and faded it out. And then what that's going to do is that's going to reverse that sound, but also that's still going to be playing because it's got audio and it's got MIDI as well. So if you hear it on here, so it should sound a little bit different. If you'll hear it in a second. Okay, so and I think what I'll do is I'm going to copy it over again, Option, drag over, and I want to delete that one just to hear how that sounds. I don't want it to sound all the time. I don't want it to sound too repetitive. I think that sounds quite nice. So what I'll do is I'll copy those over. Again, Option, drag, Option, drag. And then what I'm going to do as well, because I want to add something else, just one more thing. I think what I'm going to do is, if you can select these. There is a different way to do it, but I don't want to press the wrong button. So, Option, you can either press, what I might do is Command C, and then I'll go over to here with the region tab, and I'm going to press Command V, and it's going to make a copy over that. And what I'm going to do is, I believe I want to take out these. I'll just take out, sorry. I'll just take out this. And what I'm actually going to do on this, I'll take out the sax and the pluck. And I will take out the reverse audio. And I will click these. And I will bounce these into place. Here we call it melody switch up. That's just going to take a little bit of a minute. And then once that's done what it has to do, we will go over to this over here, shut these out, and what we'll do is we'll go down to multi-effects, go down to the beat breaker, and then what we'll do is we'll half time that section. Once it decides to do it, and hear what that sounds like. Do is, just to finish it off, we will take the kick and the rim and the hi-hat, and we will bounce those in place. We call that drum switch up. then let's see, make sure it's okay. And then on that one, we do exactly the same. And this will be the closing. We half time that. I think it comes to a nice close of the beat. So I think that is pretty nice. So let's see what we've come up with. So I think that reverse sounds quite nice, to be honest. What I'm actually going to do on the 808, I believe, if I bounce this in place as well, should have done that earlier as well. Sorry, people. Sorry. Alright, let's see how it sounds now. And then here is the section that we done, where we half timed it. I think that sounds very nice. The next section's where we half time the drums and the melody, just to finish off, just to come to a close. I think if I put a little bit of reverb on that on the drums, just a touch. Do apologize. So I'll take that off. I was trying to do it while it was playing, but my computer wasn't playing ball. So I wouldn't put, I'll just put this one on. I'll turn it up a wee bit. I don't want it too much. Thank you very much for listening. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Again, thank you for listening. Bye. Bless.